In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare. She can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.
Um, can you guys hear me? I didn't hear my music playing. Oh no, I just dropped my iPad. I can't afford to be dropped again. Mm. Hi, Charm. I just got your message. Oh. Okay, we'll figure out the date. Don't worry. Can you guys hear me? Hmm. This is you, Charm. Okay, no one ever answers my question. Can you guys hear me? Never mind. I'll just go to my own channel and see if you guys can hear me. It's easier. To my own channel. Okay. You guys can absolutely hear me, and I really appreciate to my own channel. Okay. Letting me know. Absolutely hear me. Stop. All right. Candace Owens. My girl Candace Owens, who I have fallen in love with. I have fallen in love with Candace Owens. I'm always going to support a warrior. I'm always going to support someone that's not afraid to buck the system. I'm always going to support someone that speaks out, up and against. And I support the Candace Owens of today. That's the one I'm supporting. The one whose boyfriend was unalived, even though he was married. The one who uh-uh, is not taking the bullshit in the stories and what she considers the lies. The one who's trying to tell America, you in danger, girl. That's the Candace Owen I would have always have loved to see. But I also think that sometimes you've got to get on the other side of things in order to see the present better. So I wasn't a fan of Candace Owens um, in the past, right? I can't stand rhetoric against Black people, immigrants. I can't stand this one tone America because it feels very white and it feels very Christian. And that's not the Christ that I knew. That tone was never Christ. And so I've always had a conflict with being a Christian. I've always had that problem. And I've always felt somewhat guilty about being a Christian. And I didn't know why. Because I'm always explaining to God, I love you. I love Jesus. What's wrong with me? Because I hate being a Christian. I hate it passionately. And it took me, I had to get 63. And I had to get a, someone to be unalived in public to really get it. To really understand I'm not a Christian. I am a fan of that guy they call Jesus. I'm a fan of his ideology. I do believe that Mary Mother was chosen to carry the most sacred thing God brought to this earth. And God brought a lot to this earth. The trees, the flowers, the sea, the humans. God brought a lot here. But I'm not a fan of Christians that lie throughout history. I'm not a fan of Christians that change the race of Jesus. I'm not a fan of Christians all over the world, particularly in the UK, that eat people. I got that from Nene today. I love her. So I'm just going to repeat. I'm not a fan of Christians that could enslave the very people whose DNA began us all. You could never have my genes. You have to be Black to have the Perry gene, to have the original mitochondria gene. That's me. And so when you invest in other forms of education, particularly the Ethiopian, Yoruba, Ifa, something begins to tingle inside of you. And the questions that you didn't say out loud all of a sudden begin to hurt. What do you mean? What do you mean there's a whole history that Africans believe in? What are you talking about? What do you mean there's an Ethiopian Bible? What are you talking about? Don't confuse me. I've been so uncomfortable for 63 years. Nothing ever felt right. Right. You know, I would be mad as hell if I went to heaven and God had to explain to me everything. I would be up there turning tables. What the fuck do you mean? I got it wrong. Send me back down. I'm not coming back down. Send me back down. Because I'm going to finish this. But I don't have to do all of that because you all got little ancestor babies that are coming back to finish this, to correct history. Mm-hmm. Can't tell these little ancestor babies with complete English at 2 years old what the fuck you talking about, because what the fuck are you talking about, and they be two. Like, oh. All right, let me say hi to everyone. Oh, Seven Smith. Well, hello. Hi, Steven. Good morning from California. Hi, Seven Smith. I love your name, Seven. Best name ever. Seven is the best name. Jackie Browser. Oh, I got some new people. Candace brought some new people to the table today. What do you all think I'm gonna talk about? Ah, Charm. Yes, sweetie. Yes. Hi, Monty. I've done a few videos on Candace so far. I'm obsessed with her. Monty. Oh, thank you, Monty. You did hear me. Incognito. We hear you. Charm. We hear you. You're in love with Candace? Yeah, why can't I say that? Let's not be like homophobe. Why can't I say I'm not arguing with you, but I think we need to stop. I am in love with Candace Owens. I am in love with a fighter. I am in love with the warrior. I want to be her. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't care. Like, I'm 63. The good thing about being 63 is that you really don't give a fuck anymore. Wait, you're not there yet. Right now, you care. Get to be 63. Oh, it's beautiful. My dad said that to me one day. He's like, I don't care. I don't care. I was like, you're the meanest man I have ever run across. And he's like, I'm 60, Tracy, or 70, I don't remember. He's like, I don't have to care anymore. And I was like, oh, okay. Mm. I didn't understand it when I was young, but I get it now. I am in love with Candace Owens. Get over it. And I'm not being mean, money. I'm dead ass. Candace said she got the files ready to release if anything happens to her or Kanye. How's Kanye in this? Is his rhetoric changing as well? Hi, Valerie. I have mixed feelings about her, but I definitely enjoyed the Blake Lively coverage. Well, we got to go beyond the superficialness of Blake Lively. She is sending a message to the masses. So we got to take the historical celebrity drama, which distracts us, and try to hear her real message. See, I think Candace Owens was put in Turning Point as a plant. I just think she didn't know it. Hi, Carlito. Hi, Miriam. Hi, Risa. Hi, Marcella. Oh, it was a question. Oh, well, yeah. But I don't even want to explain like how and what degree that I love Candace. I hope that you got what I mean, but I have no interest in going any further explaining when I love someone, I'm dead ass. But I don't want to explain the degree, why, what do I mean by it? I don't care. Make up your own stuff. I really don't care. Everybody make up your own stuff. I don't care anymore. And that's the glory of not caring anymore. But I guess you have to be 63. I don't know. I have no idea. All right, guys. I do have some videos. I do have some videos to play, and I'm wondering. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say, Monty. Sometimes you just got to be like, oh, okay. And then when you hear the rest of the words, then you get it. No, Magic Mermaid, people judge you, and you care. I don't care. I said what I said. I stand on God, and I'm done. I don't have to explain. If people judge me, I've already walked away. So I'm not even hearing the judgment, except that you come along and you want to be like, oh, people are going to judge you. That's you. That's your worry. I'm good. Thank you, Monty. Hello, everyone. Yeah, well, I'm just saying 63 because that's the mark of the age that got me there. I don't know if I was like this at 54. I'm just talking about how I got there. I didn't get there till I was 63. And it's beautiful to have gotten there. Like, I love the fact that I don't care anymore. Because, guys, if I really cared, would I be a psychic, public psychic? Think about it. If I really cared. Oh, Selma, preach, preach. Jesus told us to follow the truth, not religion. You never saw Jesus go sit in a temple, except to turn the table over when they were disrespecting God's house. It's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? I love Jesus for that. When he turned the tables over, I was like, oh, my man. All right. Oh, Jackie Browser. Hi. Love your show. Thank you. And look, somebody just named N. Hi, N. Look at all the people coming out. Candace, you bring all the boys to the yard. All right. I got some videos.
Challenged Turning Point USA executives to issue a very clean statement saying that I am lying if this is not true. About 48 hours before Charlie Kirk died, Charlie informed people at Turning Point, as well as Jewish donors and a rabbi, that he had no choice but to abandon the pro-Israel cause outright. Okay, Charlie was done. He said it explicitly that he refused to be bullied anymore by the Jewish donors. Can you guys answer? Did he express that? Did he also express that he wanted to bring me, Candace Owens, back because he was standing up for himself? And then did he, just 48 hours later, conveniently catch a bullet to the throat before our onstage reunion could happen? It's a yes or a no. Explicitly, I want to hear from Turning Point USA that I'm lying about that. I want you to say no, it was just, he was feeling a little bit of pressure. No, I want you to literally answer what I have just said. It either happened or it didn't. I'm either making it all up or it happened exactly as I'm saying. And while we're at it, May I ask, what is the name of the Jewish donor who sponsored the Hamptons weekend? Okay. And to Pastor Rob McCoy, were there any LLCs that you or your son were being paid through that sat outside of Turning Point? I'm asking that question genuinely. Yeah, I'm putting the fire here right at the feet of Turning Point because I am disgusted. I am genuinely disgusted. I am looking around and wondering whether Charlie's entire life was the Truman Show. None of you guys are behaving in the way that you should be behaving, okay? There is no way you are letting these lies fly unless, as I am hearing, unless it is true that there was a big payday that was on the line. And if Charlie radically stated that he was done with Israel, if Charlie said he had no choice but to abandon the pro-Israel cause because of, and I quote, Jewish donors, the behavior of Jewish donors, if he said that, yes or no, well then, I don't know, maybe some people didn't want to take that risk that he was going to become Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson at Turning Point USA with so much presence across college campuses. Maybe they didn't want to take the chance. You see, I'm just one person, so it's easy to just try to cancel my life and lie on me every second of every day. But Turning Point USA, I think, got a little bit bigger than Charlie, and I'm no longer going to allow this lie in this narrative. So answer the questions, yes or no. And I'm going to, again, challenge you to lie. And if you do lie, I'm going to expose the lies, and I'm going to start dropping videos, actually. So that's where I'm at. Enough of the games, enough with trying to allow Israel to wrangle a narrative that you know is not true. Had a vivid dream this weekend, and Charlie came to me and he told me that he was betrayed. And so for me, you don't have to believe that, but I do believe that. And it was the immediate sense I got, actually. And I don't know who exactly it is that betrayed him, but I also felt in the dream that it is soon going to be revealed, that it's actually inevitable that it is going to be revealed, that there is nothing and no one that is going to stop the truth from coming out, and it is going to have international consequences. Take that to the bank. Quote me on that. Women tend to have a strong...
Unmute. I'm so sorry. No, I banished that bitch. I banished her. Whatever she was trying to do, she knew magic. And whatever she was trying to do, I reversed that shit so quickly that whatever she wanted from me got turned around and was put on her. And remember, she's older and she's weaker, so it wasn't that hard. But that bitch, I used to come home and there would be like orange red powder on my doorknob. Another time I got home and there was an orange tied to my door. And orange powder on my doorknob. She once gave me, this is how this whole thing started, a big teacup, which reminded me of Get Out. And all y'all were like, throw it out, throw it out. But I didn't throw it out right away. I kept it because I did love the huge uh, teacup with a matching sofa. But eventually I threw it out. Threw it out. And one day she gave me an umbrella. And I don't know if you guys know it, but umbrellas, if someone gives you an umbrella, it's bad luck. I did not know it. I had accepted the umbrella. It was a big umbrella. I had accepted the umbrella as a gift, and I get all my spiritual messages around 5 o'clock. So I'm laying in bed and I hear spirit say, it's the umbrella. You shouldn't have accepted it. It's like, what the fuck? And when I looked it up, do not accept an umbrella as a gift. Oh, Monty, I don't think you were watching me at the time. 4 years ago, two years ago, I had a neighbor that that was she was crazy. Um, and so hold on. So okay, so I had to correct the energy that she was putting on me. Now, all I did was to correct the energy that was being given to me and reversed it. How it gets reversed is not my problem. That's up to my ancestors, God, Spirit, Jesus. All I did was block the energy that was coming from me, cut the energy that was coming from me. She had to leave. At some point, Richard and I were like the best of friends in front of her, and I preferred his company over her. And one day she said, um, thank you so much. One day she said, you shouldn't trust Richard, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, Miss Marion, why are you letting a man come between us? A gay man at that. One thing about women, we will let a man come between us. I said, why are you letting a man come between us? If we're going to be friends, let's be friends. Richard's also my friend. Get over it, and it's fine. And then she started. Did you take something from my house? Did you steal something from me? And I said, oh, okay, I see where this is going. I stopped being her friend. I stopped going over her house. I wouldn't let her in my house because I have tile floors. I did not want to see this woman fall on purpose. Like, I didn't know what she could do. I started doing my magic to get her the fuck out of my life. Now, when I do magic, I do it on me. I don't do it on other people because I don't have to. I do it on me. I protect me. I get people out of my life for me. I don't put it on other people. All I can tell you is that her daughter had to come get her. So the orange dust that she was leaving, orange or red, I don't know, that she was leaving on my door, it's it was most likely hot foot dust. When you want someone to leave, it backfired. Hi, Steph. Hi, DK. So at one point, now she's gone for good. and she sends gifts over to everyone. Richard, because she has two other friends that we all commune with. And she sent them all over um, wonderful wreaths for Christmas. They were beautiful. She's very talented, very artistic. They were beautiful. Richard got a weird little rag. It was so weird. He got a weird little rag because she has disdain for him. And she sent me over a doggy case. So I opened the gift in front of Richard, and he just looked at me. And he's like, "Do you like the gift?" And I said, "Hell no." And I told him, I said, "I'm going to throw it in the garbage." And that's exactly, I think I showed you guys, but I didn't even bring it in my house. And I think I did a video that night. So I brought it in to show you guys on video. I threw it right in the garbage. And then Richard said to me the other day, "Tracy, she couldn't remember your name." I said, "Look at that. Good." Hi, Melissa. How are you, sweetie? So, whatever happened to her, she is with her daughter where she needs to be. Selma says, "And you would be banished for profanity." That's not true, Selma. Don't say that so readily. There was a particular word that Jesus did not like in his time. You can't get banished for profanity. Fuck, fuck, fuck. I can't get banished. Banished where? Where am I going to get banished to? I'll go up there and curse. What the fuck is going on down there? Like, do you know what the fuck is going on down there? You can't get banished for cursing. Trust me. That's just. Are you looking at the King James version of the Bible? Who was a pedo and who slept with his sister? Christian. Not you. I'm just saying Christian. Yes, Stephanie, you remember those that were listening at the time when Miss Marion was here. At some point, I felt like I was going crazy. So the other day, someone said, "Oh, who cares? I don't care about other people." Someone said they got banished here on YouTube with a big testimony. I don't care. I don't even know what that means. Unless you want to discuss who the someone is and what they said. Like, it's too vague of a story. I don't care. Hi, Ariana. And King James was had a boyfriend. Right. What's in your blood? I love to cuss. I know. I know it's a whole thing cussing. Jesus didn't like a particular word at that time. So we kind of really have to do the etymology on where Jesus was at with words at that time. But it's not what none of it is what you think. None of it. The Bible lies. And then there was a whole Bible set that was meant just for Black folks so that we could be scared into submission. I don't even trust the word Lord. I will not call Jesus Lord. I will not call God Lord. I will call God God or any other version that anyone sees him. I don't care if he's Yahweh, Elohim. What are some of the others? I did a whole, it doesn't really matter. But I will not call him Lord. Because somehow slave masters were called what? Lord. Our brain has been trickled down to submission. I don't like it. Hi, Samaj. I love this. Thank you. Hi, Miss Shauna. Anywho, back to Candace, but thank you for asking about Miss Marion. But let me tell you something. Nothing can take you down if you take the power of God inside of you. Now, what that means to you, I don't know. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. That old bitch was never going to win against me, ever. On God. I saw her for who she was, and I was like, Lord, remove her. No, see, I just said Lord, the conditioning. I said, God, remove her now. The information started coming to me on how to remove her, and I don't have to remove her safely. The information came to me on how to remove her. Done. Done. She was removed. And I have to tell you, she was removed nice and safe, to be honest with you. She just started going a little wonky, and she couldn't remember night from day. And she had a doctor's appointment at 10 o'clock at night, and she wound up at my window like this, like a scarecrow. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing at my window? I didn't say it like that. And she was like, I had a doctor's appointment, but they never opened up. I said, ma'am, it's nighttime, and it's 10 o'clock. Oh, I had everybody calling her daughter. Everybody. She finally said, and it only took 2 weeks. She finally said, she called her daughter and she said, I need to come live with you. Boom. Boom. Nice and safe. God is good all the time. All the time. What? God is good. All right, child. Let's get back to little Miss Candace. Oh, I have two of the same here.
Andrew Colvett from TPUSA has just come out and confirmed that the text messages that Candace Owens revealed are authentic. In fact, he was in the group message. So for everybody who was rushing to the comments saying that they were fake, listen to this.
Charlie, but I want to take the start of this show to address some of the things that have been going around on public, namely about a group text chain that has been made known and released by Candance Owens. And I just want to address it head on because, that was a screen grab that I had shared with people. So it is authentic. And I want to go into it because I actually am really excited that the truth is out there. I first want to say the reason I didn't share that screen grab publicly is because it was a private exchange, and I felt like it didn't necessarily comport with things that were already public. I wanted to not betray my friend's trust in that way.
So Andrew Colvett confirms that the texts are real. I pray this is a lesson learned for different people who was quick to come to the comments and lie about a truth that they didn't know. Let's not be so quick to jump on different things, brothers and sisters. Make sure you have the truth before you say this is that. He goes into deeper conversation about the whole situation. We're going to go into deeper discussion on Patreon. If you want to join, go to patreon.com/Isaiah Robin, where there's nothing but unfiltered truth and where we can't get banned. Amen. Join us as we talk about everything that he says. May the truth come out. Amen. That's really all we want. God bless. Shalom.
Hi, Candance. How are you? All right. Let's get to Candace Owens' last video.
This week and sent around a life insurance policy of sorts, a package rather, to people that I trust, a package filled with text messages, emails, private communications, videos, and private legal documents. So if anything happens to me, you guys will know exactly who it is that has been making my life a living hell over the past couple of years. People that are trying to bankrupt me and my family, that are threatening us to sue us. Everything that Kanye said was so real. Okay. I'm now at that point where you look back and you go, man, Kanye was right. He was really saying something about what it takes to leave, to fight for custody of your own soul. Just leave me alone. Let me say what I believe and you say what you believe. Fight fair. Why do you always have to make this threat to bankrupt people? And I want you to know that those people, if anything happens to me, they have my explicit permission to release it all, detonate it all, expose all of these people in politics and in the movement who behave like this behind the scenes.
The Lord gave me a prophetic
It's necessary. And I highly recommend every single person that is out there, that has a platform and is going through things and is scared, do the same. Send everything around to about 8 people that you trust. And I mean, I've ranged it. I sent it to journalists, text messages and screenshots to people ranging from Max Blumenthal to Andrew Tate. They won't know where it's coming from.
All right. You guys were probably expecting for me to do a reading on Candance, but I won't. And can I tell you why? One, I don't know where this video is going to reach, and I don't wish to head anybody off. 2, I don't want for anyone to enjoy a reading to see whether or not Candance is going to be okay. That's not why God put me here, to do that type of reading. So I have to be really careful how my gifts are used. I started out in this video saying, I love Candace Owens. And I started out saying that because I don't know too many people that gets their head caught in a vice, wiggles out of it, and is screaming at the top of her lungs to correct something that could be detrimental to a whole society worth of people. I prefer to hear her, trust that God has changed a lot, trust that she was inside and then they kicked her out. And that actually was the change. We just didn't see it right away. But when they unalived her man, I don't know too many Black women that would sit back and do what his wife did, which is smile, pretend to cry, have a chiropractic funeral. I don't know too many Black women that would do that. So I think Candance personally was the real wife, was the real love interest. And she is fighting and revealing truth because they took her man. Now, is that okay? I don't know. Again, I'm not judging God. God uses people the way he wants to use people. That is never going to be any judgment of mine. I'm just looking at God. I'm looking at Candance. I'm seeing things unravel. And I would be curious to know if anyone could do her harm, how this is going to turn out. For the world. For the world. Candance is being used in the best way possible by God. Hate her if you want, but I'm looking at someone that is chosen, and she's standing up, and she's remembering her duties. She may have forgotten, or did she forget? Did God lay her down to get on the inside? But she ain't that person anymore. She is God's chosen one. And that does not mean that something has to happen to her. That means she is God's chosen one. She can be protected the same way y'all want to see the opposite. I vote for protection. So I just want to say congratulations, Candance, for being so bold and so brave and for doing something that I don't know I could do. Unless it's for my sister. If it's for my sister, I kill. And that's what I feel like she is saying. The same thing. Like, I'm going to fight. This is a war. I'm the warrior. I have enough intelligence to provide receipts. All right, Tracy, do you recall the reading you did on it was found in the mountains? Candace and Charlie came up in that reading. Do you recall that? No, they came up in that reading? Oh my goodness, no. Do you remember the teen's name or how I wrote the video? Hi, Jenny G. No, what did I say about them? Oh, Lord, I rarely bring up Candace. I don't even know what I could have said. Oh, Lord. Do you remember the teen that found in Georgia and was found on a mountaintop somewhere? Was that recently? Was that recent kid? Because I do remember doing a reading. I usually don't do a reading on missing kids, but I think by the time I did the reading, he was already found. Yes. I brought up Candace and Charlie then? Oh, what the hell did I say about them? They came up in that reading? Do you recall? No. Oh, Lord, what did I say? Because Charlie was still alive. All right, I'll see if I can find that video. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. It was the twins? What twins? I don't understand, everyone. I get so frustrated. Don't pay me any mind. I just get so frustrated. What twins? Don't pay me any mind. I'm doing the best I can to contain my spirit. My YouTube is not working now. Oh man. Oh, here we go. Let me just put missing. Maybe that'll help. No. Mm-mm. Not too long ago. I remember he was a black student. He never made it home. You saw a white guy. You couldn't understand it, but some white guy came up in a reading and Candace, and you couldn't figure out what she had. Banner, banner. Thank you, Jenny G. Banner, banner. I don't remember the name of the video. Let me do it another way. Oh, Ezra, Ezra. I got to change Ezra's thing. Let me change this to live because I only do live videos. See if I can go back a few months, although I do this all the time. You couldn't figure out what she had to do with it? Why would I bring her up that way? I gotta look at the reading now. Do you have the video or the name of the video? I can get the date. I can, because I remember doing a reading on it before I did the video. So I can get the date. Let me see something. Um, uh, no, maybe this is another one. This one. Hold on, maybe I could get the date, the video. It was either July 8th, yes. It was July 8th. 8th or 9th. Let me go back and see if I can narrow it down. Damn. All right, let me do it this way. Let me see if I can find it. It was in July. So July would have been how many months ago? 3 months ago. Let me see if I can get something. Let me look. Let me look. Tracy after dark. No. Coco, the frustrations, lymphatic. Tracy, the juror, or Kelly, lymphatic, lymphatic. Why would I do two lymphatic? Oh, I was doing lymphatic exercises. Water, lymphatic, lymphatic, moon, what house? Let's talk about the mayoral race, lymphatic, frustrations, air signs. Bad boy, bad boy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? I don't see it. I know I did a reading that night. I remember that. But I had already done a reading on it with someone. All right. I don't see it, guys. So if you find it again, check your history. It'll be in your history. I would love to know what and why I brought them up. All right, everyone. We're not even an hour. Booyah, I'm not doing a reading on Candance. I'm not going to satisfy anyone's hatred for Candance or the part in you that loves to hear bad news. Not even good news, but bad news. So with all that being said, it's a wrap. Love you guys. Bye.
In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare she can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I'm sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.